welcome to the Sports Social Club with Alex and Jess. I'm Alex.
I'm Jess.
And we have a guest today. Myles Thornton is here with us. Myles and I go way back to peak COVID times when we were intern athletic trainers together at SMU. Myles is now in Cleveland working some baseball and basketball. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But some big news in sports has happened over the last week. Mike Gundy, head coach for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, was fired in his 21st season at the school after they went, 1-2 or 1-3?
Mm-hmm.
1-2.
1-2.
1-2. Absolutely blown out by the University of Oregon, 69-3. That was embarrassing. And then lost to Tulsa at home first time since 1951. And was fired the following Tuesday. Jess, how do we feel about that?
It's sad. It's bittersweet. It's like you're happy, you're very happy, because hopefully we stop losing as bad. Like yesterday we looked a lot better playing against Baylor. But it's sad because it's like it's the end of an era, and we've never known Oklahoma State without Gundy, and so this is like a whole new, like, what do we do? We've always made a bowl game up until last season, and so like this is, it sucks. It sucks to suck, you know?
It's uncharted territory.
Yes.
We have literally no idea what's coming. That's like I was saying to someone, and they're like, oh, like, you got any weekend plans, whatever. I'm like, well, I'm going to watch this OSU game because I have no idea what's going to happen. I've never watched a game without Mike Gundy. I don't know what that entails. And yeah, they lost yesterday to Baylor. It was like 40-something to 27. That sound right?
Yeah.
Which, hey, they scored 27 points. They scored 27 points, which they haven't done this season, or maybe they did at the beginning, but that was against nobody, and when they still had that better quarterback in.
Yes. Yeah. No, they said this was the most amount of yards in a first quarter that we've had in 12 games. And I'm like, that's
so sad.
Really sad.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Myles, did you watch that game?
No, I didn't watch. I was watching, and I probably watched 3 or 4 games yesterday, but I didn't watch Oklahoma State. But I was gonna say the only, like, well, not the only, but the core memory I have of Gundy is like, man, it's like 2007. Like, there was a journalist that was like writing about a student athlete like on the team, and like he's like, you guys remember it? Like, he's like, talk to me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm 40.
Like, I remember that. Like, I used to watch SportsCenter a lot, and I was like, they were just like all over that. I thought that was actually pretty cool. I respected that a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just crazy to think about, like you're saying, that was like early to mid, like 2000s, like for sure before 2010. And it's like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like 06.
Yeah, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, they played yesterday. They lost, but honestly, it was a win in my book based on how they had been playing.
Right.
So big news there in Stillwater. They had promoted the OC to be the interim head coach. Not sure who they're going to bring in. I want them to bring in somebody young, somebody fresh. Don't bring in somebody who's like, you know, a super experienced coach, but like really old and is like, yeah, I'm going to get this program back on its feet for the next 2 years and then dip out. Like, no, just start over.
Yes.
You know?
I would love to get the UTSA head coach, Jeff Traylor. He would be great, or the Texas State head coach, GJ Kenny. He would be great too. And both are like Traylor's not super young. He's like, I want to say he's like 40s, 50s, but at least he loves to build a program and stay there forever. Like, so that would be really nice. And then Kenny is young, and so he runs a fun offense.
Nice. Any other notable things happen in college football? Were there any huge upsets yesterday?
Bama beat Georgia.
They did beat Georgia.
Yeah, they beat Georgia.
I did not. I watched some of that game. I did not watch all of it because it was on the same time as the Oregon game. Oregon.
Did you guys watch that one? I was gonna ask that.
Yes.
I was watching that one mostly, more than Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yes, I was so happy Oregon won. Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure.
So good. I love when
was like,
Franklin looks like an awful coach.
yeah, right. And it was like, but I had said something at one point. I was like, why are their linemen, why are their pants halfway up their thigh and none of them are wearing braces? I'm like, what is happening out here with this team? But it worked for them.
Yeah. I watched the O State game. Washington was actually kind of competing with them for a little bit in the first half, but they took off in the second half.
Yeah, here I would say I watched the UW game, not the Ohio
State. Yeah. See, I'm an Ohio win again, so like.
Yeah, that's true.
I watched that one. Let's see, I watched Tennessee. I watched Tennessee and Mississippi State.
Did Tennessee end up winning that one? I know Mississippi State was winning.
Yeah, Mississippi State had them for a little bit, but Tennessee came back.
They went into overtime, right?
Yeah, it's overtime.
That's sad. Oh my god.
That was a good day yesterday. I mean, I felt like there were some good games on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then NFL, there's a game currently happening.
Yes, and overseas, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Vikings and Steelers.
Steelers.
Is that correct? Yes, that's going on in Ireland. And big game tonight. Cowboys Packers. Micah Parsons returned to Dallas. Jess, how are you feeling?
So excited. I hope Micah sack stack 20 times. I hope he points up at the owner's box afterwards. I will be rooting, sadly, like, not for the Packers, but for Micah to win, because I'm one of those where I love the Cowboys, but I hate them while Jerry's here, and so it's sad. It's a love-hate relationship.
Jerry's been in charge for a long time, right?
For it's been 35 years, over 35 years.
Did you guys watch, I don't know if you watched, Jeff, I don't know if you watched the Netflix series, but did you watch any of it? Okay.
No, everyone I've heard that's watched it is like, wow, I really like Jerry, or like, I sympathize for it. I'm like, no, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I don't want to feel anything for him.
I mean, I've met you for 10 minutes now. I don't think you watched it. I'm just going off on a limb. I don't think you watched it.
No.
I saw like 1 or 2 episodes. It's the Cowboys, Yeah. So.
Cody was really excited for games this week because, like I think we talked about before, like we always get the Cowboys game no matter what. Obviously, we'll get the Seahawks game, and then it's like, we're getting the Thursday game, the Monday game, whatever, in primetime. But, like, it doesn't matter when the Cowboys are playing, we're getting it. Seahawks are playing, we're getting it. And then it's, like, teams that we don't really care about. But this week, the Seahawks played on Thursday, and the Broncos are playing Monday. So we got who knows what during the day. And then we had, like, the early Ireland game. And then we've got, the morning and the afternoon game. And then the Cowboys are in primetime. So it's like we get 3 or 4 games that we would probably never get to see because the teams that would normally play are in, like, the big time spots. Mm-hmm. And Cody's very excited to be able to watch the Broncos because the Broncos are never shown here because we're usually either seeing the Cowboys or the Seahawks at the same time. And so the fact that he gets to watch the Broncos on Monday, he's like, wow, what a week of football.
Games start at 10 o'clock there?
Yeah. So, like, the early game this morning in Ireland started at 6:30, and then the first game of the day is 10 o'clock. And it always confuses me when they're, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, the late game. But for us, it's 1 o'clock, so it's not late.
Right.
Yeah, the late game and then the night game. But the late game is really the mid-afternoon game, and the early game.
I mean, who knows? You might be able to catch the dog pound today at 10 o'clock for your time.
Oh, God, no one's trying to watch that. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do it. I got mine. I'm watching at 1 o'clock today, my time.
Yeah.
Is the only good part about the dog pound is Myles Garrett. That's it.
The defense is tough, I will say. Very tough.
Yeah, they just need
there's some improvements, obviously, on the other side of the ball that need to happen, but the defense can get it done.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder how much longer they're going to have Joe Flacco being QB.
I don't know. I mean, he hasn't done too bad. So I think he'll probably get some good opportunities. But the defense is definitely the cornerstone, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on Deshaun Watson? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, not doing it. No.
Oh my gosh.
Not doing it. Nope. That's funny.
Any other notable news in college or NFL that you guys would like to talk about? No, nothing of significance. MLB, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper for the Mariners, still out here hitting home runs. He hit his 60th home run of the season the other day. The AL record is 62, so he could still beat it. I don't know what like the all-time home run record is.
Well, it depends on if they're counting Barry Bonds and all the other ones, like, which I think you should count them no matter what. But
they happen, so you're not gonna like take it away.
Who cares if who cares if everyone was roided then? But yeah.
Let's be real, they're probably still roided now.
Honestly, but I don't know what the big record is. But
yeah, I don't know.
I think he could pass 62. Isn't there a whole nother series left?
Well, yeah, because they have. I think he just has a couple games left. I don't remember how many they had left. This one says he still had 4 games left, but I don't know when that was said. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. They still have several games and then playoffs, but I don't know what the whole record is. But yeah, Mariners fans are pretty excited around here. Did you hear about the whole thing with like the Etsy witch? And oh no, you haven't. Okay, yeah, it was a pretty big deal. So basically, the Mariners went on like this fairly bad losing streak. I don't remember how many it was, but it was like I think at least 9 games that they had lost in a row. And so somebody went on Etsy and paid a witch to like lift the curse from the Mariners. And when that happened, they went on like a 10-game win streak. And so everyone's talking about the Etsy witch. There was like, I think there were shirts made, people wearing witches hats at the game. It was like a whole big thing. They were like, if they keep winning, the Etsy witch needs to come to the game and throw out the first pitch and this whole thing. And we're like, what is happening?
That is true baseball fashion.
Yeah, right? It was wild.
Can confirm.
So yeah, so that was pretty fun. I think there's still a chance they could win their division. I think they're 2 games back right now. But the fact that they already clinched their playoff spot, they're pretty excited about. Because I don't think they've won their division in like over 20 years. They went to the playoffs for the first time in a while, like, I think when we moved here, so like 3 years ago, 2022. So people are really hyped for the Mariners right now. Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Guess who clinched yesterday as well?
Who?
Cleveland.
The Guardians.
Because of the Rangers.
Yes, that's correct. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Hit by pitch.
Brutal.
And it made the Astros not go to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. I thought it was intentional. I would have made it intentional. I mean, shoot.
Yeah, the Rangers were like, can we sacrifice ourselves?
The pitcher, when the pitcher threw it,
he freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah, he flipped out, like, right when it didn't even hit him yet. He just knew it was inside and, like, it was over.
Yeah.
But it was weird, though, because, like, I don't know, obviously I'll get into baseball, but, like, I've never really understood strategy and watched baseball, and, like, I've been a basketball guy my whole life. So, like, being thrown into baseball, like, in July, I had to like really like learn the game fast, and I know a lot more than I did now. I don't know everything, but like watching that game yesterday, it was runner on first and third, and they walked the batter to put the first on second, and made them like, like the Rangers like made it all loaded, fully loaded. So that was interesting to see that. Just like seeing the strategy behind it. Obviously, they didn't like that matchup. Yeah. It was a lefty on lefty, so they felt good about it, And then, hit by pitch. So
brutal.
Yeah, Guardians going, So
When was the last time they've been?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you the
I feel like
stats
it's
on
been
that
a long
one.
time. Like you never hear about them
No.
going to the playoffs. Like
Yeah, I watched some. I watched some fireworks last night. So like
oh,
our apartment is like we see Progressive Field where they play. Like
Oh,
it
cool.
has a pretty good view of downtown, and like we see the fireworks. And
That's
it's
awesome.
Cleveland. Cleveland is great.
There
Cleveland is
you
great. Yep.
yes.
go. Other news. Well, we had briefly mentioned before, like the World Athletics Championships were going on. So those finished. America, the United States of America, won the most medals. So like technically, you could say like USA won World Championships, but they don't really say that. It's not like the Olympics or anything like that. But um, the the biggest news, or I say one of the bigger news, was Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. She, typically 400-meter hurdle specialist, was running the open 400 or the 400 flat, whatever you want to say. And at first, she was like, I'm going to focus on this. Like, I can't do this and hurdles. And so she focuses on the open 400, and they go out there. And I remember I was listening to another podcast, and the announcers are saying, or like the announcers there, are like, oh no, like, like she's probably gonna do good, but she's not gonna win. Like they've got these other great 400-meter specialists out there, like they're gonna win it. And then like she absolutely like obliterated everybody in the semis, and they were like, okay, never mind, no, she's gonna win for sure. Like there's it's happening. And so she set a U.S. record because she won the 400 final. She set a U.S. record. I think she set a world championship record, and she didn't set the world record yet, but it's like it was really, really close. Like it was like 0.2 seconds or something like that, like 0.18 or something really close. And so that was insane.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's
I
really
think
good.
she's probably one of the best like track athletes out there for
Yeah.
sure.
Without a doubt.
Wild.
Yep.
Any other notable news in any other sports that anyone would like to talk about before we move on to Myles? No, great. All right, Myles, our special guest on the podcast today. So first, let's just talk about early life, Myles getting into sports, kind of what your life was like. I know you were a college basketball player, so just kind of like what were sports like for you growing up, and then kind of getting into that college world of sports as a player.
Yeah, so I started playing basketball probably around 5, and that's been like my whole family dynamic, basketball. Like I played a little football when I was younger, probably like from 8 to maybe 11. I started getting some more like into the real contact of football, and I didn't really like that. So like I went back to the basketball court like permanently. Looking back, I probably could have gave football a little bit more. I was pretty good. Like I was a quarterback. Obviously I was young, so I wasn't like a great quarterback or anything. It was young, but I had the building blocks for it. But anyways, basketball has always been like what it was for everyone in my family. Like my brothers played, my sister played, my brother played in college my middle brother played in college at San Jose State. He was probably the best out of us all. Like I grew late. Like I grew when I was probably 19, freshman year of college. I grew 4 inches. I went to school. I was probably 6'1" or 6'2". Grew to 6'6". I didn't play my first year. I didn't Carter Word in San Antonio. Asked coach to walk on. Like he said, yeah. Basically, just come to a practice with the guys, and see if you make it. I made the team. I played 2 years, my sophomore year and junior year. And then junior year, I was kind of like stuck between. It was really hard to get my hours, athletic training hours. So everything was kind of based off of like what's going to be where I'm going to make my money over the next like 15, 20 years. And I knew it wasn't going to be basketball. Like I was good, like, but I was a walk-on. Like if I would go play with like normal people, like this guy's good. But like there's levels to everything. Like
Sure.
once you reach like the Division 1 level, D2, D3, like guys are good. Like there's gonna be levels to that too.
Yeah.
So I understood that. So like when I was younger, I always wanted to be a doctor, and basketball was always everything I did. So in high school, like I started to like around junior year, I started to like think, okay, so what can I really lock into that's similar to both? And that was sports medicine. Like everything that we do, Alex knows, like it's cultivated towards the athlete or student athlete, making sure they're good, going to their appointments, progressing their level of functionality, all that kind of stuff. So I tapped in on that junior year of high school. It was hard to like, I wasn't like a, if you ask some people that started in high school, they'll say, yeah, I was a student athletic trainer for the football team. And yeah, I didn't do any of that. So like, I was a little bit behind the eight ball, if you will. Like, Alex can attest to this. Like, when I got to SMU, um, like, there was an opportunity. I started with the Dallas Mavericks as an intern, like, right after college. And then I met Warren Young, shout out Warren. He's at the University of Texas now, athletic trainer, but he used to be at SMU. So I met him on a Mavs game night. He mentioned there was a football intern opportunity, football, men's tennis. And at first I was kind of like, because I didn't have any football experience going back to college because I played basketball, that was impossible to get your hours. So my rotation for baseball, Lackland Air Force Base, a high school, and basketball when I stopped playing. So when I went to SMU, like Alex, I meet Alex and I'm like, all right, so I understand football. It's like my secondary sport. I love it. I like football, but I'm a basketball guy at heart. Yeah, I haven't done this before, so like a lot of the things that they're asking me to go get or braces or stuff like that, I'm like, Alex, I'm leaning on Alex a lot, and obviously like I'm showed the ropes and I learned like I'm very functional throughout the year, and then sorry, I'm giving you like a story of how
No,
I even got SMU. So I went through that whole football season until the last week. Going to ECU, I get called in the office, and like Warren's going to the University of Texas as their men's basketball athletic trainer. So obviously we have the men's basketball vacancy at SMU at that time. This is like October or November 2020. Um, my boss is like, basically, yeah, just hold it down for 2 weeks. We're gonna get somebody in there. So I transitioned from football to basketball. I'm like, I'm excited, but I'm nervous because like this is peak COVID, like Alex mentioned earlier. Like you're testing 4 to 5 times a week, like doing attestations before games and making sure everybody's safe to play. And there was a time where like Alex and I got sent home. We didn't know if we were coming back to play sports that fall. So like this is like a big deal, right? So I'm over there in basketball, and basically after 2 weeks, like Myles, you got to cover the rest of the year. So obviously, like I had great support, fantastic support, and we get through the year, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we just want to stick with Myles the whole, like we're good for him full time." So I get it. Um, Fast forward 5 years to last year, I spent my 5 at SMU. I get married in 2023, and like my wife, we already communicated that she was going to obviously be a doctor. She's doing all her prerequisites to do that. She takes her tests, all that kind of stuff. We tried to kind of apply to Dallas and stay local to Dallas, but we kind of struck out there, and she got in Cleveland. So when she got in Cleveland in 2023, she got accepted there. We kind of knew that was the best opportunity for her that she needed to do for her future. The Cleveland Clinic, that's where the Ohio University is attached to there. They have a campus there. So that's the campus she got into. And when she got that, we were like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to go. So now I'm in my last year at SMU. We just go to the ACC. Um, I'm this is last year. I'm kind of like I'm away from my wife. I'm living with Ian and Hannah Chanel. Now they're both obviously married. And Hannah's on the show.
Yep,
Just
Hannah,
sidetrack.
one of our first guests,
Yeah,
I believe.
Hannah was on the show. I'm living with Hannah and Ian. I'm not sure why I wasn't on that episode. I think I had something going on. Sidetrack.
You were probably busy with basketball.
Probably so. I think it was around that time. But yeah, I'm living with. They're great, awesome people. They were like awesome enough to open up their home, so I live with them. So just was to make everything kind of straightforward with moving if I did have to move. But we did the distance 24-25. Um, and basically after that season, it was kind of like a dynamic where obviously I need to be close to my wife. I need to kind of make some changes there. So I accepted a position here in Cleveland to start. Man, it's been a long time that it was kind of in the works, but I started officially in July 14th at the Cleveland Clinic, which is attached to the hospital, but it's like a off-site position where like from March through September I cover the Lake Erie Crushers. It's a minor league baseball team, independent baseball. It's affiliated to it's a partner league to the MLB. It's not like a 1A or AAA or anything like that to where you're attached to like the Guardians, but it's independent baseball. So I cover that, and then when the season's over, I transition to basketball. The Cleveland Charge G League to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sorry. So everything right now, I'm transitioning to try to make things more professional. My ultimate goal is to become an NBA athletic trainer. It's always been the NBA. Obviously, SMU is really high, like as far as where I needed to be. I gained a lot of great experience, met great people there, met Alex there. It was it was a big part of like my foundation. It was everything. Like I miss SMU to this day, but I understand it set me up for greater things for sure. But now, I'm just getting ready for the G League season. So we start G League probably mid-October. This is a new dynamic for me. Everything is new. The city's new. Work is new, and there's going to be an adjustment period to that. But I'm really excited for the season. So, and baseball was great too. That was a big learning curve, but it was just like a great experience overall. So,
yeah,
that was my last. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm 28, so that's my last my last 23 years of my life. In a 5 to 7 minute spiel.
Yeah, I love it.
Love it.
Just a few things that like come to mind, like throughout your story and stuff. Because like obviously you grew up playing basketball, you played in college for a little bit, and then you go on to work college basketball. For 5 years. What was that transition like from being player to then athletic trainer? And do you feel like having that background as a player, do you think that helped you a lot in your job, or do you think like sometimes it was like hard to separate yourself and being like, no, like I'm not a player, I'm not one of the guys, like I'm at a different level than them, kind of thing?
It wasn't such a dynamic to where it was hard to separate from the sport, because I had, if you remember, like I had a time period from probably 17 or 18 to 2020 to where like I wasn't playing, and even in 16 back to like my playing days of 2016 to 18, like I knew this wasn't like the end, like I knew my identity at that time was formulating, like it was like transforming into like my career. So like I didn't think of that as who I was, because I started to think differently. So moving back to answer your question, like when I started at SMU, like I used my like basketball IQ, if you will, as an advantage, because obviously I was fresh out of playing and I understood, and I'm young. So the experience that I lacked in like starting at 23 and 24, like I was the same age as my guys. Like I talked to, there's twins. I don't know if you remember twins on my team, but my first year there's twins. and we always joke around with it. Like I turned I turned 24 that season, and like right after I turned 24, they turned 24. So like, or something of that nature.
Yeah.
So like, it was a weird dynamic in that way of where you were like really close in age to the guys, and I kind of like there were limitations with that, but at the same time, I needed to like speed up my development because of that. But I never felt like it was like a struggle with getting out of being an athlete to coming into like the workspace. I always felt like it was more like the age dynamic.
Yeah.
But as I got older and I understood more, like I kind of got used to that.
Yeah, I feel like the age thing for us, like especially the time that we went in, it was so weird because like obviously we're young, like yeah, we we go through school and everything, but we get there, but then because of COVID, you're having these kids who are in like their 7th season of sports, and it's like, yeah, sometimes you're the same age because they're so old in college. It's not that like, yes, obviously you are young, but because they're so old in college, you're getting this dynamic where it's like, I'm like not responsible for you, but like I'm the adult in this situation. Like I'm the professional treating this athlete who is like the same age, maybe 1 or 2 years younger, and it's like there's sometimes where you're like, we're the same, and then there's other times you're like, we're very much not the same.
No, yep. That's exactly it right there. Yeah.
That's wild. And then obviously you had great time at SMU, 5 years basically with basketball, a little bit of stint where you were with that football. Yeah, RIP, missed you there. But then now you came into this new job basically thrown into the middle of this baseball season. How was that transition for you? Not only just you're starting a new job, you're living in a new city, but now you're working a sport that you don't have a ton of experience with. So what was that transition like, and kind of how did the rest of that season go for you?
Everything was like, it's I didn't know I needed it, but I needed it. Like going into it, I was like, the anxiety level was high. Obviously because I don't know the sport, and that's what a lot of things with basketball I was able to like respond to like really fast because I knew it, right? Like my dad's a coach. I played for my dad growing up. Like I know basketball front to back. So it was very easy. Now baseball was foreign. So like I'm going into it. Obviously I understand, like you and I both understand the body. We understand upper extremity, lower extremity, what needs to happen. But going into it and understanding the sport is huge for us. So like I went into it kind of like trying to learn really fast, like really, really, really fast. I remember my first baseball game, like it was going by so slow, and like the innings were going by so slow, and it's like the top of the third, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, we're almost done. Like, no, we're not. No, because I just felt like the game was going by so slow, and the game was it was probably 2.5. We have the pitch clock. Like, it's not like there's 4-hour games anymore. Like, we would have a couple 3 or probably 3.5. We're close to 4. But I go to say that as like, as the season went on, I started to understand the strategy and some of the terminology, and like I couldn't get like signs and all that yet. I was working on it, but like, but I'm starting to learn the game, and the games are going by so fast. Like, cause I was so locked in and like pitches and stuff like that. I'm like, who's up? Lefty, righty, all that kind of stuff. So like, I'm paying attention, and now like I'm starting to like it.
Nice.
Like, I started to like, cause the way that I am, I don't know if this is the same for you, Alex, but like with athletic training, like I need to have a reason. Like I need to watch. Like I've always been a watcher. Like for basketball, it's easy for me. I watch practice.
Sure.
I'm not working at all. That's what I do. Like, but with baseball, that was a dynamic where I had to learn, and then I could really like lock into it. So I did. It was challenging. Like we played every day, off on Monday. So that was new. like basketball, you played 2 to 3 times a week. We didn't have practice. We had BP, but like that felt like that was their practice, and then they go play. That was a new dynamic.
Yeah.
Like everything was just like learning the different. It's just different. A lot of like that. I don't know. That's a word to use, but everything is just like it's a lot slower. Like the days getting to the stadium, it's not like basketball. Basketball, you tape. You're not really treating. You're not really treating guys that. I mean, you're treating your things for the day, but with baseball, you're treating the pitchers that aren't on that day. You're treating your relievers that aren't playing that day. So everything is like prehab and treating for like it's Tuesday today, and you're treating for a guy that's pitching on Thursday or Friday. To where basketball, you're treating they're playing in that game. So like a lot of the things, the dynamics are just different. But I respect the heck out of baseball. Like that's something that I really feel that way. Like I respect it. Like going into it, if you don't really like if you don't play a sport, you don't have a background of a sport. Like my dad didn't even get a mitt and play catch in the yard like we went. We had a hoop outside. Like I didn't play catch. So like I threw my first bullpen. I caught some fly balls, which is it's challenging. It's challenging for sure. You're running in the balls like going like this.
And you're
I'm
like the
man,
sun is blocking it, and you're like, I can't.
This
see
sport is ridiculously hard. So like the respect that I got from it is just like paramount. Like it's crazy how much like hats off to baseball players. It's a hard sport.
That's awesome. Yeah, especially as someone who, like, just talking about, like, oh, it's, everything's different. It's like you went from working a sport that was inside all the time to then working a sport that's now pretty much outside all the time. It's like you never had to deal with, how much the weather affects the sport kind of thing, or even affects, like, how you do your job.
Without a doubt.
So I'm sure that was a fun thing for you to have to deal with.
Without a doubt. I saw a lot of new experiences that I'll just take with me forever, and man. Yeah.
That's awesome. Jess, any off the bat, no pun intended, or questions for Myles?
So would you say that you're a Cleveland Guardians fan now?
Yes. I would say I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan, Cleveland Browns fan.
Okay.
Yeah, Cavaliers for sure.
Yeah.
Like I've been around the facility a little bit, kind of met some of the guys and staff is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a new dynamic that I'm very fortunate to be around and be a part of the Cleveland Clinic attached to the Crushers and the Cavaliers and the Charge. Like it's awesome. I can't.
Yeah, and the Cleveland Clinic.
Can't say that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's a top upper echelon medical like space for sure. I won't call it a facility or like it's worldwide pretty much. So it's almost like Alex, like the Carroll Clinic was for us and like what we knew, like who was there.
Yeah.
I compare it a lot. Like the Carroll Clinic isn't as like obviously like broad as the Cleveland Clinic, but the prestige and the people that like that the setup that SMU has is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, I could ask you a million questions about things, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. But one thing I'll ask, just because, like you were saying, the Charge is the G League affiliate to the Cavaliers, so like those guys could get go boom up to the Cavs, but your Crushers, you're saying they're affiliated, but they're independent. So like, could the guys from your team, like they're just with the Crushers for is it like once you're with them for the season, you're with them, and then like another year they could be like, hey, we want to sign you to like the 1A team or something like that, or could they get pulled over to another team at any time? Like what's that like?
So to my understanding, it's anytime, but there's also like I believe multi-year deals that they do with the Crushers, but you can be selected by like a 1A team or double or triple at any time.
Mm.
Um, just because like I mean that's the goal of those guys. Like
Yeah.
those guys want to make it there. So like some of the guys I'll see next year, like they'll come back. Not all, but a lot of the guys what they'll do is like obviously this is summer ball,
Mm-hmm.
but then they'll go like some guys are playing in Australia or overseas for winter ball.
Got it.
So I'm not sure if I got that country correctly, but some of the guys they go overseas to play winter ball and then they'll come back. They like rotate that way.
Got it.
So yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane. It's insane the rotation, especially like in different sports. Like you know how like basketball you go overseas to play and then you come back here, and then like baseball. Like it's crazy that all different sports do different rotations.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, without a doubt. I learned a lot about baseball. I just, man, I wish you guys could have felt how my arm felt after. Man, it really hurt my spirit. They said my velo was really slow.
Oh my gosh.
When I threw my 30 pitches, they're like, come on, dude,
Yeah,
like why are
what'd
you
you get up
throwing?
to?
They're like, why are you throwing like that? We didn't have a gun out there.
Oh, okay.
But,
So we don't even know.
No, well, we know because the guys understand like
Sure.
what numbers are.
They can
They
tell.
said my ball floated a lot, so they put me at 68 or 70. I'm like,
Gotta zip
come
that in
on.
there. Come on.
Wow.
The thing is
It's
like
like an average softball pitch.
there's so much stuff like in the sport that is so particular, like how you grip the ball, like. I'm learning, like, normal people know this stuff, but, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that. But,
I
like,
mean, I don't know if I would say normal people, but I would say people who are into baseball know it.
They,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
people,
I
yeah,
mean,
especially guys that grew up playing baseball, they can do, like, my fiance can tell me all the different stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't get that, because
Yeah.
I did not grow up around that.
Yeah, like
yeah,
for
like,
me,
I know the different grips for knuckleballs. And,
Yes,
yeah,
they're all,
yeah,
all
like
so
even for
different.
me, like this is my third or fourth baseball season that I'm gonna come into in the spring. Maybe it'll be my fourth baseball season, like at the high school. And even like seeing them at the high school level, like they can tell from being in the bullpen, they can tell what pitch was thrown, whether it's
That's
a
what I'm
slider
saying.
or a curveball.
I'm
like, how do you know? How can you tell?
Yeah.
That's
Well, you
one
can tell
thing.
because
One
of-
thing I can know what a fastball down the gut was. Only because like it looks a little bit different when you almost get to the catcher's glove.
Yeah.
But like when they're differentiating between cutters and sliders and even curveballs.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting next to maybe like a reliever or a starter that doesn't pitch in 3 days for the whole game. He's just telling me what pitches,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
what in the world?
that's
insane.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
some ball knowledge right there.
For real.
Man. But yeah, like I'll let you guys go, but it's just funny that I'm just like I'm watching towards the end of the season and I'm like, oh, we're in double play
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
we
sure
gotta
you
get this.
gained a ton of knowledge from when you started with them to when you ended. Like 2 different
Yeah, we gotta get this maybe this sack fly right here or something like that, and like I'm just like, man, this is like totally different. Who are you?
whole new world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Myles, it was great to have you on, talking some ball, talking some sports, just kind of where you came from and where you are now. We'd love to have you back in the future.
Yeah.
Talk about something else. Who knows? Maybe get a whole like AT squad pod going on.
Let's
Get
do
Hannah
it.
back.
I
wonder
will
how
say-
Major League goes.
I will say I shot you a text message because I'm like, this is like a space these 2 to 3 weeks to where like I'm not doing much.
Yeah.
Now, when season starts, you might have to get me before baseball season. Because season gets a little little testy.
Yeah. We'll catch you in like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can project me around probably maybe late March, early
Sure.
early April, and we'll check in, see how the G League season went,
Yeah.
and let's see, around that time is almost NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Trying to think what. Yeah.
You can give us some inside scoop on what's going on with the Cavs.
Ooh,
Oh
so
yeah.
How many of you guys are getting pulled up or not?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Awesome. Well, Myles, thanks for coming on. It was great, and we will not be back next week. We will be out of town. Jess and I will be together, but not recording a podcast.
Yes.
All right.
So until then, see y'all in 2 weeks. This was the Sports Social Club with Alex and Jess and Myles. I'm Alex.
I'm Jess.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks
Bye,
for having me.
Myles.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.